Namaskar. In this new video of the Mahavidya series, I am going to talk about Mata Bhairavi and how she is connected to the Lagna. Okay, so up until now we have been talking about the grahas and how the grahas are connected to each Mahavidya. But in this particular video, it is not a graha, but it is Lagna, which is obviously very important. Without it, like nothing can be done in the chart, right? So when you draw something, first of all you draw the face, you draw the head, you draw the the main center. Just like that, in a chart, the ascendant, the lagna, is the main point. Okay, only from there everything is coming out to the play. Okay, so let's understand something. Whenever two energies meet at one point, okay, that point is called lagna. Okay, when two people meet in their marriage, some places you will go there, you will find that even the marriages are called lagna. Okay, there is a ritual called lagna. So yeah, just like that, when two energies meet, when two different distinct kind of energies meet, the point is called lagna. And not just the point, there is a production of some new energy. Let's say two energies are meeting at one point. Okay, and there is a creation of something new. There is a creation of different kind of identity that is carrying both sides, both traits of the both of the energies. Okay, you can call that. So just like that, lagna is very important to understand. Okay, the ascendant is very important to understand. And why Mata Bhairavi in the Mahavidya series, she is connected to lagna, I will tell you. So let's start. So Mata Bhairavi, okay, as you know about the Bhairav, okay, so there is no specifically no difference between Bhairav and Bhairavi. Okay, it's just when you understand the divine power in the feminine tattva, you call it Bhairavi, and when you understand the divine power through the masculine perspective, you call it Bhairav. Okay, because humans are male and female, so they have created their own understanding, their perspective. Okay, yes, in universe there is masculine, there is feminine, everything is feminine energy, but feminine is not necessarily to be mean that female and feminine difference. Every human being carries masculine and feminine, both of the energies, right? Ida and Pingla. So ऐसा नहीं है कि only females are feminine and males are only masculine. ऐसा नहीं है. Everybody is carrying both of the energies. उसमें one energy is dominant, one energy is lesser dominant, and you can see that. Now the task of the yogi is to merge both of this energy, okay, in the base where you whatever you call it, like Muladhara, and to merge that energy and take that merged energy upwards, okay, upward in the like higher chakras, higher dimensions, you can say. And that is the way of the yogi. That is how you become enlightened. That is how you merge Shiva and Shakti, and that is how you become one with the supreme divinity. Okay, so this is the normal understanding that just like that, when we talk about Bhairavi, Mata Bhairavi, okay, when we are calling when we are talking about Mahavidyas, they are all the great divine mothers. Okay, so Mata Bhairavi, the great knowledge of Bhairav Tattva. Basically, what is Bhairav Tattva, what is Bhairavi Tattva? So when we talk just about the Bhairav Tattva, it becomes very much I will not say rigid, but I will say that you will be able to understand what Bhairav Tattva is if you do just after taking the initiation. If you do the sadhana for few amount, like some period of time, you will be able to experience Bhairav Tattva. But when we are talking about Bhairavi, okay, Mata Bhairavi, both are same, as I told you, but there is a difference. Obviously, like there is a difference when you categorize the energies like this. When you do specific sadhana, when you there is something called avahan. When you call the energy, when you call the divinity with certain measures, with certain specific mantras, certain specific rules and regulations, and certain specific guru lineages, so definitely you will experience the divine only in that form that you are calling her. Okay, so if you are calling her in let's say in the form of Mata Bhairavi, you are going to experience her in the form of Bhairavi. But as I was telling you that you will be able to experience Bhairav Tattva, okay, if you do for a specific amount of time, like sadhana you do, and after getting the right upadesham or right diksha from a original authentic guru, or maybe you have been carrying some things from your past life and you are already at that space where you are able to feel the Bhairav Tattva. Okay. So as I was telling you, now feeling the Bhairavi Tattva, Bhairavi energy becomes subtle, it becomes difficult. Okay, it's not accessible to everybody. And it is not just about the, accessibility of that energy. It's also about, like, are you at the energy level where you will be able to invoke the divinity that's called Mata Bhairavi? Because first you will have to see her as your mother. Okay, you cannot do anything else. And when you see the great wisdom Mahavidya Bhairavi, okay, when you look at her, all you have to do is like bow down in devotion, and whatever mantras, whatever sadhana that you are doing, I'm not talking about those things. We are talking the astrological part of, this thing. So I'm not gonna go into that. So in specific invocation of Mata Bhairavi, the first thing that happens is she will protect you, she will guide you, she will give you the knowledge, okay, and then she will also make you fearless. One most important thing, she will make you fearless. How you are going to become fearless? When you have dissolved your ego. So if you remember, like the previous video that we had here, okay, it was about the great Mahavidya Mother Chinnamastika, and how I talked about, dissolution of the ego and surrender and sacrifice and all that. So that's why I wanted to talk about her before talking about Mata Bhairavi. Okay, so that you understand that without the sacrifice of your ego, without the, death of your ego, without the, let's say, letting go of your attachment, ego, and whatever you recognize yourself with, you will not be able to feel her energy. Okay, for some period of time you will be able to feel the Bhairav Tattva. Why? Because he will come to you. Okay, even if you have ego, he will come to you, he will guide you, and slowly he will cut your ego off. And by slowly, I don't mean slowly, I mean like slow than, the Bhairavi Tattva. Because the Bhairavi Tattva that we are talking about, that is in the pure energy, that is like feminine. Nah? So the energy is very raw, it can do anything. Okay, so to hold that, to understand that, to be able to, let's say, actually make that energy comfortable in you, okay, with you, you need to first let go of everything, like all the ego and all. Okay, so that is why I'm telling you that Bhairavi Tattva, to feel and experience it, become difficult for many people. And you will feel her presence around you. Yes, definitely you will feel the blessing, she will bless you. You will feel everything, like life in your life is sorted out after praying to Mata Bhairavi and going into her temples and doing her sadhana. Yeah, for females it's like blessing. Males also do the Bhairavi sadhana, but for females they can easily understand and experience her. Okay, there are, like, in their female, the feminine tattva is very active. Okay, so they are able to invoke the Bhairavi tattva very easily. I mean, easily when I speak, obviously, sadhana. And how you do sadhana, you can find my previous video, or you can watch any other authentic person talking about the sadhana thing, and you will know how to invoke any deity's energy. So yeah, the Lagna thing, ascendant. Okay, Lagna, also called rising sun, rising in your rising, let's say, sign, that let's say your Lagna is Leo, then people will call you Leo rising. Okay, so ऐसे भी चीज़ें होती हैं. तो राइजिंग उसको वर्ड इसलिए दिया जाता है बिकॉज लग्ना इज इन दी डायरेक्शन ऑफ ईस्ट. ओके, लग्ना विल ऑलवेज बी इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ ईस्ट. आपका जो चार्ट बनता है, लाइक द फर्स्ट हाउस, इट्स ऑलवेज इन ईस्ट डायरेक्शन, दैट डायरेक्शन इज ईस्ट. ओके, एंड वहीं से सारे डायरेक्शंस का पता लगाया जाता है. डायरेक्शन इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी टू डिटरमाइन अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. ओके, तो लग्ना, direction, and Mata Bhairavi. See, a very simple example I will give you. Understand this. Okay, you are, let's say, you were born and your parents did not name you. You don't have a name. You're a baby and you don't have a name. Now anybody who will come in your house, whether it's a relative, a friend, a neighbor, okay, anybody who will come into your house and they will look at you and they will ask your parents, what is his name, what is her name, and your parents will tell them that we did not name our child yet. So those people will try to name you, will try to suggest some name for you. What does that mean? That means if you don't define yourself, then other people will define you. Okay, you are a baby, you don't know what is happening, but I'm telling you, I'm giving an example, you are able to understand this, right? So you don't have a name and those people are trying to give you a name. What I'm telling you, if you don't define who you are, if you don't carry your own energy, like your own signature, authenticity, okay, your own identity, and it's not like you have to say every time whenever you walk into a room that, oh, look at me, I am this and that and I have done this. No, that is the illusion and ego. But when you walk into a room, people look at you, they feel your presence, they feel your energy, and they will suddenly know who you are. Okay, and they will among themselves start to gossip, like, who is this, what is this person's name, and somebody will call your name कि अच्छा इसका नाम ये है, ये करता है, okay, he is that, and she is that, and that way you will be recognized throughout the room. Okay, in just matters of seconds. Okay, matter of seconds, like you will be recognized. Okay, that is the another case. But when you were a kid, your parents did not name you, that's the example I'm taking. Okay, and those people who are coming to look at you, they will try to name you, they will try to identify you by their own definition. Okay, they will give you a specific definition ki, arey, look at him, he looks like this, so you should name this. He was born on this date, so you should name this. He was born on this date, you should name this. Okay, this is how it is done. And let's say your parents denied that, they said to everybody that no, we will not name our kid this and that, he will be nameless. Okay, he will be nameless, he will not have any name. And guests will go. Okay, the another day again few people will come, same thing will happen. Let's say a few months pass by and you are not given any name. You will notice, obviously you are a baby, you are not able to notice, but understand this example. What will happen, that whoever will come to your house and whoever will know that, okay, इनके घर में बच्चा हुआ है, baby हुआ है, and whoever will know that you are born, they will start calling you by some name, whether it's just a nickname or something. There will be a name, okay, and there will be a description that you look like this, you have 2 hands, 2 legs, chubby, thin, whatever, hairs, no hairs, big eyes, small eyes. They will start to define you. What is that? That is your first house. Okay, that is your first house when you were born. When you go to school, your friends will call you nicknames. Your friends will try to bully you by calling you funny names or something. Your first house is weak, your first house is afflicted, your first house lord is afflicted. That is why they have been bullying you. They are nicknamed, उसे क्या बोलते हैं, they call funny names, they call. Okay, and they will try to harass you sometimes. Okay, so these things will happen. Okay, and they are trying to give you a definition, you look like this, so your name will be this. Sometimes your teachers in your class, okay, if you made a mistake, then your teachers will also call you something else. It happens. Okay, when you go to the college, there people will define you by your achievements. Okay, this person has done this person achieved this, and some people will call you a topper, some people will call you a loser. All these connotations, all this identification, all these names, what is this? This is your first house. Okay, this is the first house. This is the identification that people are giving you. Okay, people are giving you whatever you have been giving, whatever kind of identification you have been given, your surname, your name, okay, your lineage, your blood, even the blood running throughout your body. That is why Mata Bhairavi is connected to the Lagna. Now things will get interesting. If you have been feeling very bored till now in this video, things will get interesting. So as I was saying, okay, that the blood you are carrying, The lineages, blessings, curses, debts, all kinds of things you are carrying. All of these things you have been given. By whom? By your family members, by your ancestors, by your lineage. The surname is coming from your lineage. Okay. Also the people have this, different kinds of mentality, different kinds of behavior. Who teach them? Their parents teach them, because when you are a baby you are learning significant lifestyle habits from your parents. If your parents teach you sanskaras, you will have a good sanskar, जिसको बोलते हैं ना, good sanskars and all. good संस्कार है, संस्कारी है, ये सब चीज़ें पेरेंट्स से आती हैं, गुरु से आती हैं. ठीक है. Sometimes the child is very naughty, so he does not understand anything, so he starts to behave in certain way, and he tries to do exactly opposite of what he has been told. That indicates that the first house is a rebellious. Okay. When the first house lord is rebellious, is retrograde. First house lord retrograde, rebellious in nature. First house lord sitting with Rahu, rebellious in nature. First house lord sitting in 12th house, rebellious in nature. Okay, all of these things. First house lord sitting in 8th house, getting bullied. First house lord sitting with Saturn or under the influence of Saturn somehow, and Saturn is afflicted in the chart. Serious bullying in the early ages, in the teenage years, bullying will happen. Okay, when I'm talking about this will happen, that will happen, it's like 85% chance, 95% chance. You will need to see a whole chart, everything. This all we all know, right? ऐसा नहीं कि you understand कि अच्छा एक placement से ऐसे पता नहीं. We need to look for the whole placements, and पूरा का पूरा चार्ट देखना पड़ता है. बट जो मैं बता रहा हूँ उसमें छोटी छोटी चीज़ें जो है ना, 85%, 90%, समटाइम 95%, कुछ चीज़ें ट्रू रहती हैं, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ. अदरवाइज आई विल नॉट स्पीक एनीथिंग दैट इज़ नॉट ट्रू. ठीक है. आई डोंट डू फियर मॉन्गरिंग. सो एज आई वाज टेलिंग यू, सैटर्न एफ्लिक्टेड है, सैटर्न के साथ में लग्न लॉर्ड है. The person will feel some kind of harassment in the early ages. Also, it might come in the later ages as well. Okay, these things will happen. Okay, now some people have, let's say, Lagna Lord in the 8th house, and they will say, okay, my life is very fine, I am very rich. But ask them, were you bullied in your school? Were you bullied in your college? They will tell you, yes, I was bullied. I was betrayed by my friends. I was betrayed by my girlfriend or boyfriend. In the school time, in the college time, in the early ages it happens. After that the person becomes mature, and in some cases where the Lagna Lord is very weak, even in the 8th house, and 8th house Lord is also afflicted, and there is a lot of cruel drishti, malefic drishti or malefic influence on this, both of these things, like first house and 8th house. Then the person does not grow, then the person is just attached to his or her suffering. They never heal, they find it very difficult to heal. And only those people come into occult. They learn astrology, they learn healing, they learn spiritual things, they learn all kinds of occult things, and slowly they heal themselves by learning themselves. Okay, by doing the introspection. Whatever I'm talking about here, it is all related to your Lagna, ascendant, and it is all related to Mata Bhairavi. Okay. So when we talk about Mahavidya, what does she do? Okay, she makes you fearless. She makes you, let's say, your ego is gone. You have surrendered everything to Mother. Okay, and let's say you don't know who is Mother, who is Bhairavi. Let's say you are an atheist, basically, and you have been going through some rough patches in your life. You are in your early 20s, late 20s maybe, early 30s even. Okay, and suddenly you have started to improve your life, going to the gym regularly, waking up early, sleeping early. Okay, having breakfast, eating thrice or 4 times a day, okay, or twice a day, working out, as I told you earlier, exercising, same thing, yoga, sadhana. Let's say not sadhana, you are an atheist, then what you will do, you will read books, you will be on self-improvement things, you will listen to motivational speakers, all of these things. What is this? This is only meditation, na? Listening to people, like great people, reading their books and doing something good in your life. What is this? You are trying to make your life better. You are trying to surrender everything to the, कि हाँ जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Even if you are an atheist, you do this, and suddenly you start to see magic in your life. Everything is transformed. That is the Bhairavi Tattva. Bhairavi energy वही है. Even if you don't call, her by her name, even if you don't invoke her by the mantras, even if you don't do any kind of rituals and all, she is coming, okay, in many forms, right? She is coming. That energy, the primordial universal energy that we are talking about, ऐसा नहीं है कि if you disregard her कि यार नहीं विश्वास है ऐसा तो she does not, ऐसा नहीं है ना. You are alive, you are talking, you are eating, you are walking. Even if you say that you don't believe in God, you are alive because of God. And we are talking about Ma Bhairavi. So your blood that you have in your body, are you bloodless? No, you have blood, running blood, warm running red blood, right? That has been coming from your parents, your lineage. What is that? That is the Divine Mother, okay, in the blood form. And she has been giving you the blessings and the curses and all kinds of things, all the vrittis and all the samskaras, okay, all the karmic things that you are carrying is in your blood. When you do sadhana of, let's say, Ma Kali, Mata Bhairavi, Ma Chinnamasta, any Mahavidya you do, let's say you are doing the sadhana of any Mahavidya basically. Yes, it happens in other deities, like if you're doing the sadhana of other deities as well. Mahavidyas are not deities. I don't call Mahavidyas as deities, okay. Mahavidyas are just Mahavidyas, okay. But when you are doing the sadhana of Mahavidya, you are purifying your blood. Understand this. When you are doing the sadhana of any Mahavidya, koi bhi ho, you are purifying your blood. You are making yourself a better person. And not just as in human terms. You are trying to evolve out of this human shell. You are trying to become, first you are an animal. From animal you become a warrior. And after the stage of warrior, you become the perfect being. That is called Siddha Purush. Siddha, a Siddha who is like the perfected in every way. So when you are an animal, pashu, you have all kinds of desires. You have all kinds of attachment. You have all kinds of survival instincts because you are living in the lower chakras basically, below Manipura. Okay, when you move upward from the Manipura, Anahata and you go to the Vishuddhi, you become a warrior. Above Vishuddhi, you go become a Siddha Purush. Simple है, बहुत easy है समझना इसको. ऐसा नहीं है कि एनिमल के जो एनिमल है उसका विशुद्धि ओपन नहीं होता है. That's a different story. What I am talking here ना, please understand this. Be open-minded. Okay. All of you have your chakras opened. The point is that some of you are able to control it. Some of you are able to not know what energy is there. Okay, it is very subtle. Okay, so some of you are able to control it. Some of you are not. You are not able to control your desires. You are not able to control your attachment. You are not able to control your anger, your words, and all kinds of things. Okay, so this is the chakras basically. They manifest in forms of feelings, emotions, and your natural tendencies, urges. Okay, that is one thing. When the chakras energy manifest in the form of, let's say, siddhi, experiences, divine spiritual experiences and siddhi, then you are in the stage of where you can be called a warrior, a veera basically, veer. And when they manifest in higher dimensions, where you are able to travel to dimensions, where you are able to travel to different worlds at the same time, where you are able to manipulate reality, then you have become a Siddha Purush. So yeah, I don't think any Siddha Purush will be watching this video. If you are watching, then hi. So as I was telling you, Mata Bhairavi lives in your blood. Okay, and when you are talking about Lagna, you are coming from your ancestors. Okay, you are coming from your lineage. You are carrying that blood, you are carrying that karma, you are carrying that tendency, whatever it is. So when Mata Bhairavi takes control over the Lagna thing, okay, you become fearless. You don't have fear. After you have left your fear, you come out of the survival state. Okay, now you have won over the Mooladhara chakra and Swadhisthana. स्वाधिष्ठाना तक जो है ना सर्वाइवल स्टेट चलता है पूरा का पूरा. मूलाधारा में पूरा डिजायर एंड ऑल attachment and all, and swadhisthana mein pura survival skill hai. Okay, it's like pura lethargic hai. It's all about lethargy, the swadhisthana, the second chakra. So when you understand Mata Bhairavi and when she blesses you, when you become fearless, when your ego is gone, your Lagna is strong. Okay, and eventually I will tell you one thing, eventually the Lagna will become strong. Let's say you are 20, let's say you are 16 years old. Okay, imagine yourself as a 16-year-old teenager. Remember how you were when you were 16 years old. Okay, can you remember your past? And if you just look back, okay, how you were during the 16 years of your life, like when you were 16, 17, 18 even, and how you are right now. Okay, significant changes. Now tell me, did you do anything, any sadhana, any guru? Ho sakta hai in few of you, like some of you may have met a guru, or some of you may have done sadhanas and all, but many of you, most of you, I know you had not done anything while growing up as a teenager. Okay, but still you grew grew up to this person that you are right now. How? Because you were betrayed by people, because you were lied. You thought that world will look like unicorns and rainbows, and you went out there and you saw that everything is cold as snow, and then you put an an outer covering, okay, around you, and that's called avaran. Basically you put an avaran of protection, and that is called survival skills basically. And that survival skill right now is the most I think problematic thing in your life, in your spiritual endeavors, because only that survival skills will not survival skill, I will call it survival energy, that survival mindset. ठीक है, सर्वाइवल स्किल तो ठीक है फिर भी, बट सर्वाइवल माइंडसेट, सर्वाइवल एनर्जी में बार बार जा करके लेथार्जी में घूम जाना, मतलब उसमें जा करके एंटर करना, लाइक पूरा का पूरा कंफर्टेबल स्पेस. ओके, इफ यू आर every time you are, let's say, going to a new stage, new level, you want to go and hibernate in your cave. That is where your energy is stuck, and that is where Mata Bhairavi is needed, and that is where your Lagna needs to become strong. Okay, when your Lagna becomes strong, when your first house, that in the ascendant Lagna chart, it becomes strong. Okay, and why strong? I mean, like, you have power over everything that is stopping you. Okay, let's, very simple example. Somebody have their Lagna Lord, okay, in the 8th house. They are afraid to go out in public. They are afraid to speak up in the public. Why? Because they think they will be defamed, because they think that they will be not liked. Okay, that is the insecurity, that is the fear. You have to cover that. You have to improve that fear. You have to be fearless about that. And in that way, you are invoking Mother Bhairavi's energy. Even if you don't call her name. If you call her name, then that will happen very smoothly. But even if you don't call her name, you're just trying to improve your life by certain measures. Maybe going to a psychiatrist even. Okay, even that will help you to improve. Okay, and suddenly you have become a better person. You are going out in public, and you're going out on stages, and you're talking, and you are getting a lot of appraisals. But at the same time, you'll also feel some backlashes, because 8th house ki energy. Okay, ab depends how is your 8th house. Let's say your 8th house is very rewarding. Okay, it's going to give you rewards, because now you're taking the risks. Because some people who takes risk, they become very happy by their decision, because they get everything after taking the risk. But some people, first they are afraid to take risks, and after they have taken the risk, they fall. Okay, so that indicates not a good comfortable 8th house. That indicates a hostile 8th house. So whenever the 8th house energy is very much, let's say, uncomfortable, and your Lagna Lord is sitting in the 8th house, it becomes very difficult for the person to grow out of their fears and something. Okay, if you have your Lagna Lord in the 8th house, and you think that my 8th house is so bad and so, and still you are able to say ki no, I am good, I am able to go on stages, I am able to talk to people, I am not introvert. Even if I am introvert, I am able to communicate easily. Okay, if you are saying this, then I will tell you that your 8th house is not bad. Even if you think it is bad, it is not bad. There are lots of things to consider. That's why I am not telling you ki aise hoga to waise hoga, because that is useless. because to understand a chart you need to do the full discovery, and that full discovery comes only in a particular chart. It will be very much different, जो भी पूरा का पूरा जो होता है. So just like that, when you overcome your fear, you are actually going against the very nature or that is present in your blood, that you have been carrying from your lineage, okay, and that you have been carrying from your past births as well, okay. Always remember this. Let's say Lagna Lord is sitting in the 4th house. Lagna Lord is sitting in the 4th house, okay. You are a very comfortable person, simply comfortable person, looking for ways so that you can actually have a very comfortable life, whether it's the building a home, getting like all kinds of things, whether it's a luxurious things and all, kuch bhi ho, like you want safe, security and comfort, okay. That is your goal, okay. And you want to make other people who are around you, your family, your friends, comfortable, as unko bhi comfortable banana hai. This is the goal for you, okay. And then what will happen if you have a, let's say, malefic 4th house, or your Lagna Lord is not strong, okay, and it is sitting in the 4th house, getting afflicted by any other malefic planet somehow, through drishti and aspects and all, kisi karan se. So then what will happen? Your home life will be your death. And by death I don't mean that you will die. By death I mean your home life will become very chaotic, and it will ask you to grow out of it. It will ask you to improve yourself, and suddenly you will find that the comfort that you are seeking, it will not be found in with the family that you are right now, and you will have to move out, okay. But at the same time you will be very much attached to your home, your mother, okay, because that your family will define you, that who you are, and you are a person who carries the family's name, okay. So you will be very much attached to the family, but at the same time they will become burden on you, because you have to grow out of them, okay, or to become successful, to get siddhi in your work, whatever you are doing, to become the person that you want to become, right? So this is how it works, okay. Your Lagna is very important. Lagna Lord is very important. Where is it sitting? Who is looking at it? Where the Lagna Lord is looking, okay. समझना इस बात को. Which नक्षत्र है इस दिन, उसका डिस्पोजिटर स्ट्रांग है या वीक है, उसका डिस्पोजिटर कहाँ है, ओके. डिस्पोजिटर का कंडीशन कैसा है, उसको कौन देख रहा है, वो कहाँ देख रहा है. हु इज लुकिंग एट योर लग्न, 1st हाउस, एसेंडेंट पे कौन देख रहा है, सैटर्न देख रहा है, ऑब्वियसली टफ लाइफ. मार्स देख रहा है, ओके. समझ जाओ इस बात को. इफ मार्स इज लुकिंग एट योर 1st हाउस, यू विल बी अ पर्सन हु विल बी प्रोन टू टेक एक्शंस क्विकली डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर मार्स. If Mars is afflicted, then you will take actions without even thinking. If Mars is, let's say, good, बहुत अच्छा है, you will plan, and after planning you will take action, and whatever action you will take, it will be success, because Mars is the karaka for Mangal. Mangal is what? Mangal. What do you understand by Mangal? Mangal means success. Okay, कि हाँ सब कुछ auspicious. Auspiciousness is called Mangal, right? That is why Mars is necessary to be like positive and auspicious, okay. Otherwise अगर Mars auspicious नहीं है तो कोई भी काम मंगल पूर्वक नहीं होता है, ठीक है. तो मंगल अगर 1st हाउस पे देख रहा है, मंगल बहुत अच्छा है. Mars is very nice, very beautiful, very beautifully placed, very beautiful auspicious energy. Whatever you will do, it will become successful, okay, because मंगल है ना, मंगल देख रहा है 1st हाउस को. You will be a मंगल person, you will be a very happy person. ऐसा नहीं कि मार्स 1st हाउस में देख रहा था शॉर्ट टेम्पर, किसी ने प्रेडिक्ट कर दिया. इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ ना कि यू नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुल व्हेन यू प्रेडिक्टिव थिंग्स, ओके. पीपल विल, इफ यू गो आउट लाइक ऐसे, तो पीपल विल कॉल यू कि अच्छा मार्स 1st हाउस पे देख रहा है, यू विल बी वेरी एंग्री, यू विल बी वेरी शॉर्ट टेम्पर्ड पर्सन, यू विल हैव अ लॉस ऑफ सेल्फ कंट्रोल. जब एंगर पे बात आएगी तो यू विल बी वेरी वायलेंट पर्सन. कैसे भाई? If Mangal is bad, if Mangal is, let's say, Mars is let's say afflicted, then yeah, you can predict these things. But जरूरी नहीं कि Mars अगर 1st हाउस पे देख रहा तो these things will happen. If Mars is looking at your 1st house, that there's a possibility, a lot of like good possibility that whatever work that you will do, you will get success in that. Only thing required is understand the energy of your Mars. If your Mars is retrograde, understand the retrograde energy. If your Mars is, let's say, combust, understand the combustion of the Mars. If your Mars is, let's say, exalted, debilitated, then understand that energy. After understanding the specific kind of urja, the energy that the Mars is emitting on your Lagna, on your first house, only in that way you will be able to do the task that you are doing. Okay, the blockages that you face in your endeavors, you think Saturn is giving you delays and obstructions. Every time you call it Saturn. What if there is like another planet? What if your Lagan Lord is weak? Okay, when your Lagan Lord is weak, understand. I'm telling a very interesting thing. If a person has a Lagan Lord which is very afflicted, very weak, basically, so that the action they are supposed to take, the best option for them, they will not take that, and they will take they will take an action that is like going to destroy them. Self destruction, जिसको बोलते हैं, self destructive habits, they will come from the Lagna itself. Ketu first house, अगर Ketu first house में है, and if Lagan Lord is not good, if Lagan Lord is suffering, if Lagan Lord is combust, if Lagan Lord is somehow afflicted in anyhow, मैंने combust बोला, retrograde या debilitation या exalted नहीं बोला, combust करता है Lagan Lord को afflict. ठीक है, अगर Lagan Lord combust है, then person faces some kinds of issue regarding self-destructive habits. Okay, केतु फर्स्ट हाउस में, केतु अगर नेगेटिव हो गया हो, लगन का लॉर्ड जो है वो भी नेगेटिव हो गया हो, सन इन द फर्स्ट हाउस, सन अगर आपके फर्स्ट हाउस में है, सन अगर वीक हो जाए, you will do things so people will be impressed by you. You will do things to please other people. Moon in the first house, sun in the first house. Okay, Saturn in the first house, you will not do anything to please other people, but inside you will want them to appraise you. I am talking about the negative effects of planets sitting in the first house. Rahu in the first house, Rahu negative, then the person might think that they are the reason for the everything that is going in their life like badly. They are the reason for their bad relationship, they are the reason for their bad like let's say relationship with the parents, they are the reason for their bad friendships, they are the reason for everything. They will blame themselves. Okay, but one more thing, Rahu in the first house, if Rahu is negative, more chances are probably that the person will blame everyone around them instead of them. This can also happen. This can also happen, yes, because Rahu and Ketu is very confusing. Sometimes you will be confused because let's say if Rahu is sitting in the first house, then Ketu is sitting in the 7th house, right? If Ketu is sitting in the first house, Rahu is sitting in the 7th house, right? So both of the energies are like counter interacting with each other. You will not understand what is the person like giving the energy of. Is it Rahu? Is it Ketu? And that is why I'll tell you a very interesting thing. Anybody who has a Ketu or Rahu in the first house, they will be misunderstood by everybody. You will not be able to understand them. They don't even understand themselves. How you are going to understand them? So only people who have a very powerful Ketu, very powerful Rahu in the first house, only they are able to understand themselves, and they are very rare because Rahu Ketu, So yeah, this is the Lagna, this is the Mata Bhairavi's energy. In today's video, I did not talk about too much about the the Mahavidya, because when about Mata Bhairavi na, I don't want to cover her in just few minutes. Maybe I'll create a longer kind of video, like big video for her, like dedicated only to Ma Bhairavi, among other Mahavidyas as well. Like I will also create the dedicated long videos for other Mahavidyas. But this video, why I made this video is because understand your Lagna. Okay, only thing important that you need to learn in this particular video from me, from this video, is that your Lagna is what identity you have been given by your parents, by your family, by your lineage, by your friends, by your partner, by your people who are around you, by your college, by your school, by your company, everybody who is around you, how they look at you, okay, and how they identify you, what kind of energy you give off, all of these things, how they identify you. First house, Lagna. Understand this ascendant thing. When you go to the 10th house, that is the identity that you build, okay, that is the identity that you build yourself. After you have built something in your profession, in your career, in your life, after 25 years of old age, 28, 29, 30, you are recognized for something else, okay. You can change your, let's say, life, okay, by your hard work, by your determination, and by your trust in the divinity, by surrendering yourself, by trying to become a better person every single day, okay. Do not be in guilt. These are I will name few things that is going that are like, toxic to the Lagna thing, that will destroy your Lagna, that will destroy the energy of your Lagna. The things are guilt, regret, insecurity, fear of any kind, lethargic feelings like laziness, and inertia. Inertia is like not doing anything, being in the energy of tamas, okay, thinking about doing everything but not doing anything, getting other people, looking at other people doing the same thing that you wanted to do. They are growing but you are not. You have better things to do, you have better ideas than them, but they are growing and you are just looking at them. Weak Lagna. Forget about Saturn, forget about Moon, forget about any other Rahu, Ketu and all. Work on your Lagna. Why are you not? Okay, if you want to become a better person, if you want to land the job, if you want to become that businessman or a woman, if you want to become a father or a mother, like good, if you want to become, if you want to get into a good relationship, build your Lagna. Okay, the way your Lagna is like, the way your Lagna is vibrating, only those kinds of people you will attract. Okay, I have seen like people trying to attract partners, working on their Venus and working on their Jupiter. Who will work on your Lagna? Who will work on you? Okay, if you are distracted from yourself and you're trying to work on some other specific energies, okay, then who will come and save you if not you? So first thing that you need to do, the only thing that you need to understand is properly understand who you are. That is you, your Lagna, your ascendant. That is Mata Bhairavi. Okay, you cut out all the identification that people have given to you, all the descriptions, all the definitions. कि अरे इसमें ये है, उसमें ये है. Do not be sad by their connotations. Do not be happy by their appraisals. Do not be sad by their, mistreatments, their name callings. And do not be happy, do not be पूरा का पूरा एकदम jolly कि अरे उसने मेरी बड़ाई कर दी. Appraisals and things. When you detach yourself from all kinds of identification that has been given, that are being given to you by other people, and then you build your personality yourself, there is like a foundation. Okay, there is a foundation that we call Bhairav. You build a foundation, that is the same thing, Bhairav and Bhairavi, the foundation, and on that you build something yourself, just like Lord Ganesha was built. Okay, you build yourself. There is the identity. Understand this thing. Lord Ganesha lost his head, then he was given an elephant's head. कुछ समझो इसको. Okay, why he is connected to Ketu? केतु के पास हेड नहीं है, उनको हेड दे दिया गया, तो लोग इसको ऐसे फिलोसफिकल तरीके से कनेक्ट करते हैं, बट इससे भी डीपर मीनिंग है. Without the invocation of Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, you will not be able to find the key to the lock of any mantras, any sadhana. You need to do the siddhi of Lord Ganesha to find the actual way to progress in the path of any sadhana, any puja vidhi, any mangal karya. ठीक है? Why? Because he understands what it means to lose the identification, and he knows the true loss, and he knows the true acceptance as well. ठीक है, जो हुआ सो हुआ. Now I am being given this head by my father, and this looks pretty good. I am happy. Have you ever seen Lord Ganesha being sad? No. You may have seen him angry in his tantric forms. You may have seen him being very enjoying pleasures in his other forms. But you will never see him sad. Have you ever seen Lord Ganesha sad? If you have, then tell me. Okay. I mean, you can invoke him as a sad, being him sad, but that's another story. You have to become a rishi for that. Then only you will be able to call the deity as in sad formation. Otherwise, you will not be able to do that. So, as I was telling you that this identification thing, the description, that you build the foundation and you build yourself upon that. Okay, like Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, and you are building yourself. Okay, who is the first nakshatra? Ashwini. लॉर्ड केतु. और ज़्यादा डिस्क्रिप्शन देना जरूरत नहीं है ना मुझे. केतु है ना वहाँ पे, केतु बिल्ड कर रहा है. तो बेस्ट प्लेसमेंट ऑफ, अगर मैं पूछूं कि लाइक विच इज़ द बेस्ट प्लैनेट, विच इज़ द बेस्ट ग्रह दैट कैन सिट इन द फर्स्ट हाउस? केतु. If Ketu is sitting in your first house, if Ketu is connected to your first house, if Ketu is connected to your nakshatra that you are born into, if Ketu is connected to the nakshatra lord that you are born into, somehow. I will not say Ketu moon. If moon is your Lagna lord, then yes. But not if moon is not your Lagna lord, then if Ketu is sitting with moon, then that's not the same thing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Ketu's connection to the Lagna and the nakshatra that you are born into. Okay. So as I was telling you, Ketu is the, looking for his identification, looking what who he is truly, and Lagna is Lagna. You are whatever identification you have been given by society, by other people, not you. What happens when you combine the Ketu's energy there? You are identifying your own self. Okay, forget about the noise. You are identifying your own noise, and you are moving towards the self-realization. So anybody who walks on the spiritual path, they have to combine their Ketu's energy with their Lagna. Forget about the astrological chart, what you have. What you are doing, you are combining the Ketu's energy to your Lagna. That is called self-discovery. That is where Mata Bhairavi will give you the blessing. Okay, without Mata Bhairavi's blessings, you will not be able to do that. Okay, this foundation is built on the Bhairavi energy, na? This foundation that is being built on the Bhairava itself is Bhairavi. On the masculine there is feminine, and in the feminine there is masculine, and in the same masculine that is lying on the ground there is feminine, and both are like rotating in a simultaneous formation of energy, and through that energy, the spark, the meeting point, the junction, we call Lagna. And that Lagna is controlled by the Mahavidya Mata Bhairavi. Bhairavi. Okay. So that is it. In another video, I will cover Ma Baglamukhi and how she is, how Mars is connected to Ma Baglamukhi. In that video, I will talk a lot about Ma Baglamukhi as well as her specific things. Okay. And about Mars, and how it can actually, and also I will talk about Manglik dosh. I will talk about some other doshas as well जो मंगल देता है, जिसका आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में या फिर अच्छे एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स भी नहीं करते हैं. I will tell you about that because those things are rather than this comes in, ऐसे तो कोई प्रेफरेबल टर्म नहीं है इसका, बट इसको आप बोल सकते हो कि कोई तांत्रिक ज्योतिष, सिद्धा ज्योतिष, कोई डेफिनेबल टर्म नहीं. आई डोंट थिंक कि ऐसा कोई टर्म है. But the people who are into sadhana, the people who are spiritual, the people who do practices, the people who enjoy working and manipulating the energy, people who understand the very fragment of reality, they don't take Jyotish as a theoretical subject. They understand this in a very energetic way. Okay, and that's how I'm able to tell you all of these things. So if you are able to understand what I'm telling you, okay, so that's a good thing. If you're not, then it's fine. Just understand the practical things that I am trying to convey here. That enough will be able to make your Lagna strong. Okay, even your just watching this video will make your Lagna strong. Why do I say that in my videos? Okay, it's not that I am spurging out some magical energy there. No, वो ऐसी चीज़ें नहीं है. होता क्या है ना, if you are aligned with your inner work, that is called inner work, and you suddenly stumbled upon this video, and let's say you are subscribed to my channel, then you have already stumbled upon the inner work thing. Okay, I'm not here to become famous, I'm not here to become liked by people. I'm only doing this so the people who aligned, they will get to know, and I'm just doing it to pass my time. Okay. I'm not doing it to become famous or something. That is why I'm telling you, if you are able to see this video, if you are among some people who are watching this video, there are, let's say 100 people are watching this video, 10 out of them will understand the true meaning, whatever I have told here. 5 out of them will be able to practice it. Okay, I'm just giving you an average statistic. Okay, and out of those 5, couple of them would be able to experience the things. Okay, so that's how selective it is. Okay, so this energy, if you are able to understand, if you are here, that your Lagna will become strong eventually. All you need to do is just walk on this path. Do not sway, do not leave this path. Okay, do your practice, sit down, meditate, do your sadhana. Okay, if you have been given diksha by any guru, do that, don't stop. If you don't have a diksha, do something simple that you can do without the diksha. Keep doing it for a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years. उसमें ही भगवान मिल जाएंगे. And your guru will come. If you are sincere enough, your guru will come. Guru will give you diksha. ठीक है. Make a मानसिक guru. There are lots of siddha purushas. Okay. Find one that you relate to, जिनके साथ आपकी energy match होती हो. Okay. Anybody. There are lots of siddha purusha. If you don't know anybody, then you pray to Lord Ganesha, Lord Bhairava, Bhagwan Shiv. You make him your teacher. You make Bhagwan Dakshina Murti your teacher, your guru. Guru की कमी नहीं है. Okay, I think what was the name? There was the person na who Dronacharya जिनका लगी ना, he built a statue and idol of Dronacharya, and he did all the practices in front of the statue. I think his name was Eklavya, and and he learned very good archery skills. Okay, and when Dronacharya saw him, he asked for his thumb for dakshina. So understand, Dronacharya was, Sri Dronacharya was not teaching him, but still he was able to learn everything that he was teaching Arjuna. So even if teacher is not looking at you, even if teacher is not focusing on you, just listen to teacher. He is always speaking. Dakshina Murti is always speaking. Okay, and when you listen to the teacher, your Lagna will become strong, and you will become fearless. You will become empowered with lots of inspiration, energy, and good things, and you will find your way. Okay, then see you again in another video.